Hello, Howlbridge. Hello, good morning. Had to think about what that was. Morning, and welcome to our assembly this morning. The theme continues to be perseverance, and I'm continuing to have great friends joining me as we're working our way through this wonderful topic, which I've thoroughly enjoyed researching and looking at. We're heading towards the summer, exciting times. We're getting a bit mixed weather, aren't we? But bit of sunshine poking through every so often, which is great. Perseverance then, persevering, keeping going. We've been looking at perseverance in terms of our lives, in terms of prayer. And today we're looking at what it means to be a persistent builder, And we're particularly looking at the story of Noah to do that. And as you know, I've been joined by some friends right through this time, and today is no different. And today I have with me
Ian.
Ian.
Hello,
Fantastic.
everybody.
Yeah, Ian. Hello, Ian. Give Ian a wave. He can't see you waving, but he's going to have trust that you are. So, Ian, brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining me today. Who are you, and where are you from? You've already said you're Ian, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Ian, and I work for a steel reinforcement company, and I will deal with building contractors who tell me what they want, and then I try and get it organised to get to them on site for the day they want and the correct stuff.
Fantastic. As I often tell Ian, go sell lots of metal, basically. To put it at its simplest.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Gosh, busy man. I know this man's a busy man because we regularly have coffee and he tells me how busy he is. No, I believe he really is busy when he describes his
That's what
days.
I like to tell them. Yeah.
Yeah. And whereabouts are you based, Ian?
I'm sorry, I am based in Witham.
Yes. So
Yes.
A lot nearer than Portugal and Bolton, in fact, which is where our last three people have been from originally. Daniel was from Portugal originally, if you remember, but currently living in Manchester. And our sort of quick fire question that we've been asking, we've asked different people different questions. I'd like to go back to the question that we asked right at the very first week because it was really good for the response. And this is, Ian, if you were president of the world for one day, that's the world, not just the country, the whole world, what would you do?
I would do away with money and make sure that everybody got everything equally.
Fantastic. I think that's wonderful. And as ever, I know one class last time we asked this question put together a beautiful montage of all the things that they would do. If another class wants to do that this time, that would be wonderful. You're president for a day of the entire world. What will you do? Fantastic. No money, just everybody gets what they need. Sounds good to me. Sounds like heaven. Maybe it is.
No, that's the idea. Yeah.
Absolutely. So my questions have disappeared. Hopefully I'll get them back in a second. We are, as I said, continuing on the theme of perseverance. And we have some questions as ever looking at this theme. But first of all, sorry, my questions really have disappeared. There we are, they're back again. We have a Bible passage which I'm going to share with you just now. Share screen, there we go, bubble. And it's right there. And it's from the story of Noah, that you may well be familiar with. And I'm just going to rattle through this story just to remind us what it's all about. And it's from Genesis chapter 6. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination, that sort of tendency of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, I'll wipe from the face of the earth the human race I've created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I've made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. And he had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I'm going to put an end to all people. God, serious words. For the earth is filled with violence because of them. I've lost my place. Sorry. I'm surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. That's kind of black stuff, black sticky stuff. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening at 1 cubit high all round. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I'm going to bring flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature there's the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food there is to be eaten and store it away as food for them. And Noah did everything just as God commanded him. Every single type of food. That must have been a smelly old place. A zoo in a boat. I mean, can you even imagine? Anyway, I digress. So it's quite a serious story, isn't it? The world at the time was a pretty grim place, and God decided. It's a pretty big decision for God to make. But in amongst all of this wrong and evil, there was this amazing guy called Noah, and Noah was at the center of God's plan for the entire planet. Amazing. So he was given a project. And with that in mind, and this is seriously, guys, this is the man to ask in terms of projects. He does all sorts of amazing things. A very arty, very talented bloke. So this is tailor-made for him, this particular study. And the first question is, Ian, what is the biggest project that you have built out of Lego, wooden blocks, or something else? Do tell.
Out of Lego, it was a Lego Indiana Jones.
Wow.
Lost Temple, which was about 270 pieces. And it came with a Lego Ark of the Covenant. Gosh. And it had falling statues and traps that released little Lego snakes. And I did that with Ben, and that was wow. That was awesome.
I'm just trying to imagine a Lego Ark of the Covenant. That's amazing. Very biblical, guys. Howbridge School, you should know about the Ark of the Covenant from the Old Testament very much. Wow. How long?
Lego Dead Sea Scrolls in there, but yeah.
Making scrolls out of Lego. And how long did all this take?
That took us about 2 weeks.
I imagine it did.
Yeah.
270 pieces.
I think it was about sort of 4 or 5 at the time.
Wow.
So we did it together.
Gosh. Well, if you can beat a model of 270 Lego bricks, then do take a photo of it, send it in, and we'll have a look. Maybe even show it next time. Wow. How long do you think it took Noah to build an ark that was 450 feet long? And just to put that in context, imagine visiting a football field and walk around the perimeter. The edge goes all the way out one side, round the end, all the way down the other side, and this is the kind of size we're talking about. How long do you reckon, Ian, that it took Noah to build that ark?
I reckon that must have taken him about 10 to 15 years, maybe even longer.
Wow.
Yeah. Thinking sort of like a football stadium with modern equipment takes sort of could take anywhere between 18 months to 3 years.
Yes.
So if he's doing it with him, possibly his 3 sons.
Hammers and nails.
Chisels. That's going to be a long process. Yeah. So, and I think during that time, that's probably when God was already stirring the animals and moving them, thinking they had to draw them all into the globe. So,
yes.
That sort of kind of long period of time to gradually bring the animals in.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I reckon it would have taken quite a while. What would have happened if Noah had given up and left the ark half built?
I would have said that would have been game over, because that was occurred to me when I was just reading it again last night, thinking it was just Noah. Yes. Noah was the only one. It doesn't say his wife. It doesn't say his children. It doesn't say his children's wives. Just Noah. So if Noah had packed it in, there would have been nobody else, and it took the flood and the family seeing God's hand in saving them, that them seeing sort of kind of God firsthand, that then put them in the right relationship with God.
Yeah. No, game over is a good way to describe it. God had pinned all his hopes on this man Noah,
Mm.
who was going to do this amazing task. So, I mean, making it personal to you then, has God ever given you something really hard to do, this kind of hard task?
Yeah, I'd say that the sort of the hardest task that God's given me to do was when our daughter was born, and she was born 3 months early, and sort of my role was trying to keep everybody sort of calm and kind of taking it from day to day, keeping it positive, keeping everybody sort of positive, mostly sort of taking care of sort of the emotional needs of our son Ben, who would be on one hand excited that he had a sister, but obviously not knowing whether we'd have her for any length of time, and yeah, just keeping our family going through all that. And by the grace of God, he kind of made that difficult challenge sort of seem quite easy.
Wow.
Just by
So I mean, thank you for sharing that, because that's quite a personal thing. And I know certainly, I don't know every child at Halbert, and I don't know all of you guys, of course I don't. But I would imagine in your situations there'll be difficult relationships, and there'll be perhaps brothers and sisters who are poorly, just those challenges which come our way. And I'm thinking of young carers as well. If you're a young carer, what an amazing job you do, watching out for someone, and you're doing it at such a young age. All these different kind of things which can come our way. But the thing is that I think with Ian looking after his little girl, and God with Noah looking after this incredible project, he asks the right people to do these things. Sometimes when we're asked to do these things, God knows that he's going to work through us. He's going to come through for us. And he did with Noah, and he clearly has done with you, Ian. And if you're struggling, I want you to know that he's going to come through for you, and he's working in your life too. There are so many things we can learn. God gave Noah a pretty big job. I mean, this is a boat the size of a football pitch, and getting all these animals in and being really responsible. And can you imagine all the comments he had? By the way, there'd been no rain, and this boat was in the middle of nowhere. Can you imagine? What are you doing, you silly idiot? What's all this? And he must have had all sorts of people saying all sorts of things, and yet he persevered and kept going. So I'm just going to switch this light on because it's got a bit dark. There we are. I'm sort of lit up on that side now. And even though he didn't live near a lake or an ocean, Noah persevered with this job, with this incredibly difficult task that he'd been given. And God gave him the insight to know that it was the right thing to do. Someday, God might he might have already given us a really difficult task to do, or he might have something planned for us because he knows what is best for us. I don't know, he might ask us to be friends with, that other boy or girl in our class that you think, I don't really get on with them. God might say, you know what? You need to be a friend to that boy or that girl. Go and make friends with them. Go and, I don't know. I was going to say share your lunch with them, but we can't at the moment, can we? But do something nice, watch out for them. Listen to them. Listening is incredibly important. And God was really pleased with Noah's perseverance, and he's really pleased with Ian's perseverance. I hope he's pleased with me. I think I persevere. I hope I do. And he's pleased with us as we keep going, keep on track with something that's really hard. And I would imagine in this theme of perseverance, you're probably learning this for yourselves in your classes and in your families and in your relationships. And I know God's smiling when we persevere, particularly in doing something that's right and good. So God bless you if you're going through a hard time at the minute and you just feel as though you're doing the right thing. Keep going, keep persevering. Don't give up. Don't give up. So important. I was listening to a song yesterday, and that was the closing lyric to it. Don't give up. And they kept saying it. Don't give up. And I love that. So brilliant. Well, I promised I'd keep an eye on the time. We're getting towards our 15 minutes. Thank you so much, Ian, for your little bit of insight into your home. We can see behind you, Guy, you can probably see these pictures. I've got rubbish behind me. He's got fantastic pictures. and superheroes with spidey senses and all that. And a rather lovely collection of cuddly toys. Excellent. I think I've got a cuddly dog. That's a real dog, by the way, not a cuddly
Yeah,
dog. There you
that's him.
go. Asher is sitting in on this assembly. Look, God bless you. I'm just going to pray a quick prayer, and then you can crack on with the rest of your day and have a really good time at school. Learn lots, encourage each other, listen to each other, listen to the teachers, listen to each other, and God bless you. So, Father, I thank you for Ian. I thank you for his family. I thank you for all of our families. I thank you for Halbridge School. I thank you for the teachers and everyone who helps us learn stuff at school. And I thank you for our friends, Lord, who come alongside us and help us out. Help us to persevere in doing what is right, always. For we ask in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Bless you guys. That's a wrap. I will be hopefully talking to my friend from Romania. I said that'd be this week. Clearly, Ian's not from Romania. However, the person next week will be from. I'm hoping my friend Sonny will be joining us. Anyway, bless you, Ian, and bless you guys, and have a great
Thanks so much for having me.
day. Bye bye.
Take care and God bless.